There's only one place to start tonight, and that's at the Brandywell, as Derry City host Shamrock Rovers, where Rory Higgins' men will be hoping for a first victory over the champions in over a year. Now, the form of these two sides have gone in different directions since the start of the season. Derry started 2024 well, with 3 wins and 2 draws in their opening 5 games, but fell to back-to-back defeats to Bohs and Galway last month, and come into tonight with 1 win and 1 clean sheet in their last 5. On the other hand, yet again, Stephen Bradley's men took their time to get going, with their first win of the season coming at the 5th attempt, but since then have won 4 of their last 5 and arrived at the Brandywell 1 point behind second place Derry, also with a game in hand. Higgins spoke this week about how Rovers have set the standard in the Premier Division as they target a 5th successive title, but Derry went agonisingly close to a big win in Tala last month as Marcus Poom rescued a point for the hosts in injury time. Derry's big winter signing Pat Hooban also scored that night and is the league's top scorer with 6 so far, but he has missed his side's last 2 games with injury and illness. Derry now will have to make the most of their chances to get a result here, and the striker will be a huge loss if he's sidelined again tonight. Rovers meanwhile have coped well in recent weeks without the likes of Neil Ferrugia, Jack Byrne and Aaron McAneff, and could overtake Derry in the table with a win on the road here. After finishing second in each of the last 2 seasons, there's a high expectations on Derry to really push Rovers in the months ahead, and a home win here would go a long way in instilling that belief that they can stop the champions' 5 in a row ambitions. After Shelbourne's unbeaten start to the season came to an end last week, Damien Duff's side will be looking to bounce back against a Galway side who have just 1 win from their last 6. Shell supporters are banned from attending the game in AMDC Park as punishment for the actions of an individual who threw a smoke bomb at an assistant in Drogheda 2 weeks ago. Now, large travelling support was expected out west, and earlier this week the league leaders urged fans to buy a virtual ticket to help ease the financial blow for Galway. While the FAI sanction is a financial setback for the tribesmen, on the pitch they must use the home support to their advantage tonight if they're to get a result here and lift themselves off 8th. An early John Martin goal was the difference when the sides met at Tulka last month, but with Galway scoring just 1 goal in their last 6 games, Duff's side will hope to make it back-to-back wins over Galway here and maintain their 5-point lead at the summit, with a home date against Shamrock Rovers looming next Monday. Bohemians' Dublin Derby win over Shells last week took them up to joint 2nd with Derry City. Under new boss Anna Reynolds, they followed that up with a hard-fought 1-0 win at home to Dundalk on Monday night. Drogheda are their opponents tonight, where Bohs will look to make it 3 victories in a row for the first time in over 1 year. Drogheda are 9th, and their last 4 games have each ended all square, holding the likes of leaders Shells, Derry City and St Pat's to draws, while they also came out on top against Bohs last month. Now, the Dublin side must be on it here if they're to pick up another win, as Kevin Doherty's side have proven this season that they can make life difficult for their opponents. With the final at Lansdowne Road next month, the Europa League trophy will be on display at Richmond Park ahead of St Pat's meeting with Waterford. But on the pitch, the Saints will be targeting revenge against Keith Long's side. Waterford won 3-1 when the sides met last month in what was St Pat's 3rd defeat in a row at the time, with John Daly admitting afterwards that his side took a pasting at the RSC. Now, goalkeeper Marcelo Pitaluga, on loan from Liverpool, was dropped after that 3-1 defeat, with Danny Rogers coming in. And since then, their form has improved, with 3 wins, 2 draws in 6. Their 2-1 win over the champions 2 weeks ago was a highlight, but with just 2 points separating the sides here, keeping blue striker Pádraig Amond quiet will be key, with the ex-Ireland under-21 international hitting 5 goals so far this season. Looking at Sligo Rovers against Dundalk, Liam Burns and Brian Gartland will remain in temporary charge of the Lily Whites tonight, as their search for Stephen O'Donnell's replacement continues. The Louth side remain bottom with 4 points from 10 games, and they'll be hoping for revenge at the showgrounds here after suffering a 5-0 hammering at the hands of Sligo at Oriel Park last month. It's Sligo's first home game in over a month, and after back-to-back 3-0 defeats against the champions and St Pat's, John Russell's men will hope to take advantage of a Dundalk side low in confidence and get back to winning ways in this one. Now, last season Dundalk had a good record against the Bit of Red, with 3 wins in their 4 meetings. And will this be the night where they pick up their first win of 2024? Down the First Division, Finn Harps face an 860km round trip to 9th place Cove Ramblers as they seek to close the 4-point gap on leaders Cork City, who travel to managerless Longford Town on Saturday night. We'll have our usual post-match review after tonight's games, and you can find that and much more reaction across the weekend on the Irish Independent's website.